You know, Gibbles, if you're still in chat, we're gonna react to your video. Let's see what you got to say. You had time to think about it. Let's see what you gotta say. The video, by the way, is by Gibbles Destruct. He streams, he's very nice, and he has a gorgeous beard. He's the person we saw in the clip with the cat that went like, meow. Check him out. He's a lovely person. Unless he's about to call me a cock in this video, then fuck that guy. Ah, Evan's good. Writing.
I made a video a week ago talking about a few things in the Final Fantasy XIV community. That video, I didn't prepare. I just wanted to
Gibbles, my friend. Audio work.
rant for a second and ended up posting it, and it got a response I was not expecting.
I'm gonna assume you put a lot of like noise reduction on this because it kind of sounds like that.
And the first comment I saw was, "Thank you."
Aw.
And that meant a lot to me. I also saw
It is hard to argue with a man who is currently touching grass, has a beautiful beard, and is like literally making a video from outside. It's like, are you gonna argue with this man? Probably not. Your point is invalid. The audio gets better and then gets worse again. Gibbles, if you ever need help with editing, you're free to just poke me on Discord or something. Loki Goldknife, that's my Discord. If you just need help with editing or just some pointers, because
about the format of the video.
this video needs a script. Kind of hard to follow what you want to say. Pay attention, bozo.
That I completely agree with.
I think writing down or making a notepad would serve these types of video well because you're talking all over the place and I can't grasp what point you're. See, I didn't mind that. You did seem a lot like all over the place because you were trying to gather your thoughts, but I did like that what you were trying to say was still more coherent and thought through than what a lot of the fucking other videos like Link's video were fucking saying. I liked it. I liked your video. I didn't mind this. Obviously, I'm guessing people would still prefer like a more planned out and written out video, but yeah, just wing it. I tried editing to fix the audio and just couldn't get it to work. Also, I recorded this before I watched your reaction. Ooh! So what you're saying is I won't be called a cock.
With. So, this is my attempt to do it better and focus on the point
Let's go.
that I meant to make. Unintentional elitism and a specific way people handle more casual players.
It would be very toxic if I just kept pausing, like, before hearing you out, just like, how dare you fucking blame me? I'm an elite. I graduated the top of my class in ultimate clearing. How fucking dare you?
This also isn't exclusive to 14. This is a problem I feel most gaming communities have. The best example I can think of is Dark Souls players and those afraid to play the game because of some perceived difficulty. In the 14 community, this comes out as the players who are interested in raiding, but have very limited to no interaction with raiding, and mostly through the party finder.
What was the point about Dark Souls? It was that thought was a bit half finished. I'm guessing it's like how more veteran players from Dark Souls try to help newer players perceive it. I don't know. I didn't hear the rest of that point for some reason.
When these players voice their fears or lack of confidence, the overall response is just do it. It's easy. This is the main line I want to tackle. When a player who has never raided sees something like a limit cut, like Levin Strike in P9 for the first time.
When the boss casts Levin Strike summoning, 4 lightning orbs appear. These will be in line with the ice walls. When boss casts Scrambled Succession, numbers appear.
Good old Hector.
The orbs are going to be numbered 1, 3, 5, 7, and these numbers will either go either clockwise or counterclockwise, and 4 players will be marked 2, 4, 6, 8. 4 players will also not have any number.
The first thing a lot of them will say to themselves is, wow, I could never do that.
To be fair, you could, because people have seen limit cut mechanics in dungeons, like that, what's the first dungeon in Shadowbringers? The second boss literally has a limit cut mechanics across 4 people. It's not as drastic as this one, but a lot of the mechanics aren't that unfamiliar to people. But I can see why, like, an increase in difficulty could scare people off.
Then, when a veteran raider tries to comfort that player, saying, it's easy. It's easy, just do it. That may help some people, but I've known a lot of players, and I've been one myself.
I kind of get the point about, like, not wanting to hear it's just easy, but at the end of the day, there's, like, so little that we can say and do to help you take the first step. The most comforting, like, advice someone could tell you to take the first step is that it's not that scary and that it's easy. Obviously, there should probably be other methods, and partially this falls not just on the veteran players, but also, like, on Square Enix. Because, okay, for example, I did have an idea for a... Just to sit down and talk about how to play a tank, for beginners to start playing a tank. Because there's, like, so much fucking information in the game that nobody fucking knows until they just, you know, have a whole science team with, like, FFlogs, just, like, analyzing everything. Like, what the fuck is a parry? What the fuck is a block? What do you mean piercing damage? Wait, hold on, there's other damage other than magical and physical? What the fuck? Wait, you can use Paladin Wings as a personal now? Yeah, so a lot of, like, information is just skimmed over or just entirely skipped in 14. So I partially, like, blame the game for, like, not indulging in the Smith program and not letting people learn and explore their jobs. Because, like, exploring your job is, like, the most fundamental thing. You will literally see some people level a tank from 1 to 90 without using their fucking cooldowns. Because dungeons are not difficult enough for you to warrant wanting to use those. Because as long as you press button, the boss dies. But it's like there's such a depth to every class. Same happens with raids. There needs to be a bit more, like, blended path between difficulties, or just a lot more mid-core content to kind of, like, indulge people to try more stuff and have, like, more choices to what to do.
Where what they hear is easy for me.
Also, I'm sorry, I wanted to just watch this video. I didn't mean to react, but for some reason I immediately just... You look like you're ad-libbing a rap video, by the way. But it just instinctively just kicks in to start reacting. I think this is my life now.
You just suck.
Know your fucking place, trash.
I mentioned Dark Souls, and I think this is an example a lot of people can understand. I love Dark Souls. Bloodborne is my favorite game.
Quick note, if I say anything, I am atrocious at Dark Souls games. I play them, but I am so trash at them. I'm so bad. Sekiro, I want to finish Sekiro, but I'm, like, at the very start of the game. I think I'm barely 10% through. I'm just so bad at Souls games. Like, even when I was playing Dark Souls, I don't remember, second or third with friends, they had to carry my ass. I was just dying to everything. I am just such garbage at Souls games.
But how many times have you seen people passionately crying out for an easy mode in Dark Souls, or saying they'll never play because they're not a masochist? Probably a lot.
Dark Souls needs an easy mode. No, it doesn't. Get good. Enemy fight!
Adding an easy mode to Dark Souls would betray the tone, atmosphere, and identity from software aims to establish. The whole point of these games is that the player is going up against incredible odds, and the satisfaction that comes from conquering them. I agree and disagree. I disagree that Souls games need a lower difficulty. Because there's a reason these games were so popular to the point that they made their own genre, Souls-like games. If you go on Steam, you will literally find Souls-like games. Not like, not roguelites or anything specifically, Souls-like games. It's an entire fucking genre that was made from these games. Obviously, some people might want to enjoy these games and also explore. But an easy mode would literally just... It goes against the point of the genre, I guess. But it's hard to say what the fix would be. I would say if there was an easier difficulty, the easy mode shouldn't be lower difficulty. My opinion, by the way. So don't scream at me and don't call me dumb on Twitter. The easy mode in Souls-like games, what I believe would be, not lower difficulty or anything, it's the same gameplay, but you lock off certain bosses, certain points, certain paths. So you're still playing the same difficulty and you're still kind of ascending in your own skills, but you have like one path. So you're not exactly exploring, trying to find, you know, the more difficult and more... basically just kind of compress what you need to do to clear the game. Because like the issue most players have with Souls game is that they want to clear the game, enjoy the story, but it's just too difficult and the game just punches you down. Oh, you want to know the ending? Fuck you. So my opinion is just like the easy mode shouldn't be an easier difficulty. Easy mode is multiplayer. Fuck no. I am a shit player. My one good Dark Souls friend did not carry me against 2 people invading me. No. Bad. Well, my fault for being a sandbag. I should be a gamer, for fuck's sake. I stream. But my opinion is like the easier difficulty should be just like a more streamlined path towards the end of the story. That's it. I don't think Souls-like should have an easier difficulty. Just an easier way to clear the story without getting lost. That's it.
Fighters coming at you, Fox!
What the fuck? Easy mode is essential for me and I shouldn't have to defend. What the fuck? Should video games require an easy mode setting? No. Yes, Dark Souls 3 badly needs an easy mode. I like that these people aren't going for normal mode. They're not saying, this game is hard, we need normal mode. They're literally going easy mode. I need this game to be easy.
Here they come!
Why do Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro have no easy mode? Wouldn't that make them appealing for more people? No.
These guys
like, there's a reason, like... It's because Souls... I can't even fucking read what the fuck is on the screen. Oh, 1080, right? Am I seeing this?
Get good.
Yeah!
enemy fighters coming at you, Fox! Here they come!
Can't fucking read anything. Fuck it. My opinion is like, because Souls-like are not just like an adventure game. They're a separate genre now, and there's a good fucking reason for that. So I don't agree that they need an easy mode.
These guys just keep coming!
Just a more director's cut for them. I can't read any of these. Oh, there you go. Fuck off with the shit. The story, character, and level design in art departments deserve to have their art appreciated and viewed by players regardless of how snobby the mechanics design team is with their vision. No. Because those people are specifically designing art assets for a game like that. They knew what... They weren't, you know, designing shit for Sims or anything easier. It's like they're not making housing items for 14. They knew what they were going into. And they know their art is going to be appreciated because it's going to be... Someone's going to get there, find the little snippets of art, and just post them on Twitter. This is one of the shittiest takes I've seen on Twitter. It takes nothing away from the game and adds significance, exposure, and... What the fuck is this See, this is what I mean. People just want to explore and get the story done. So just... The easy mode should be just a streamlined path for them, not an easier difficulty. Do not take away from the fucking game.
Man, there's just no end to these...
Oh no, casual players? Hell no. How about just don't play the easy mode? It's an option for a reason. It didn't ruin Doom. Why would it do... Doom is a different fucking franchise. No, don't go there. Why am I getting so hard? It has to stay hard because it has to. Why? Also, I'm a god gamer who's epic. Just get good Lamar XDDDDD.
Guys.
Yeah, I'm not reading anymore.
Attack coming from above! Watch out, Fox!
And the general response is
For a moment there, I forgot we were reacting to Gibble's video.
get good. I don't think that response has ever helped someone.
I do agree with this because I also have an example from one of my top statics. I had a player who was playing very poorly and who was fucking up simple mechanics way too much to the point that one of the players, literally, and I quote, started yelling at him, "You are dog shit fucking stupid." That is the quote. Because that person was messing up so much. Now, what would we do in this situation? Obviously, these two need to fucking behave in my raids, otherwise they're both fucking gone. But, on the other hand, the person that's yelling at the less fortunate one, it's like, needs to understand that no one in the history of anything was told, "You're kind of fucking shit," and then they started doing anything better. No one in the history of anything. Same for that person, though. It's like, you can't really expect to go into games and difficulty specifically meant for a lot more personal responsibility and a higher skill cap, and expect to be kind of like, expect it either to be some sort of carry or like, expect this to be kind of a magic carpet ride where it's okay, I'll get there eventually, right? No bozo. 6 or 8 days to clear P1 is just not good.
To play the game, the response that does help, from my experience, is, hey, you know what? It's multiplayer. Let's play together. I'll be with you every step of the way. We can take our time, enjoy the game, learn the fights. Let's do it together.
Wind, water, hot, go planet! By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
See, now I know Gibbles was there when the phones were created. When you didn't know who was calling you until you picked up the phone. When connecting to the internet, made horrid eldritch noises. Now I know he's my age group.
This is the response I want from...
I do agree that people do need a guiding hand, but it also falls on the fucking game to actually create an environment where people actually can explore and improve on. In my video where I talked about how we can fix... Actually, I need to redo that video because like I was just all over the fucking place with that fucking video. But like, players do not have a lot of opportunities to literally practice what the fuck they got. Even the Sea, Stone, and Sky, or whatever the fuck they're called. You just DPS a dummy for 3 minutes, which is the same as DPSing any dummy, but you don't get a you don't get a timer. Sky, Stone, and Sea, exactly that one. Yes, it's like they're not being taught how to use their skills. They're not being allowed to kind of explore their class. They're not given a reason to read their tooltips, for fuck's sake. Because without reading your tooltips, you can get from 1 to 90, unfortunately, in this game. Let's continue.
The 14 community. No more, well, I just went into Party Finder solo, so...
But they are easy, most of them are. I started on Shadowbringers alone on Party Finder, man. If casuals can handle that kind of a fort, then can we really say that raiders are being elitist? I mean, let me think about this a bit. I feel like there's a right and wrong approach towards this, but that approach implies if we want to get along with each other. On one side, like, just because we're clearing the content and telling you it's not that fucking scary, it's not that bad, it doesn't really exactly make us elitist. Because we have elitists in our community, like in the high-end raiding community as well, and those guys are a bit of a dick. They're dicks a lot of the time, but. On the other hand, it's like, if casuals want to try more difficult content, there's no easy way to say this. They gotta try it. Not even in Party Finder, just like find groups and try a casual group. There are casual ultimate groups that will clear ultimate in like 6 months because they're all working dads and mothers. There's nice people in raiders. There are like wonderful fucking people in the raiding community. But we also have elitists, because like this step applies to the people who high-end rate as well. Because we got some of these fucking dickheads at the top that will literally just like spit on you sometimes. It's like, oh, get on my parse level, bozo. So it's like, this is just kind of like, I feel like this whole issue stems from like if people want to get along or if people just want to get on my level both ways, like higher and lower. It's like casuals would like the mid-core rating community to be a bit lower and easier to reach. And this is not just like a get good kind of thing. It's just like, this is the reason I keep saying that I want casual players to just try some ultimate content. Or just savage rating and clear a couple of... Actually, no, just ultimate content. Just do one phase. You don't have to clear it. Just one phase. With your friends, gather, enjoy, get yeeted into walls for a bit. But once you clear that one phase and taste the blood, it gives so much perspective on any lower difficulty before that. And obviously, this does probably sound elitist. But once you take that step, I guess the comparison would be parachute diving. It is super fucking scary. I am terrified of heights, right? The one time I did parachute diving, I'm probably never going to do it ever again. But I did it once. It is the scariest fucking thing to take that step. But it's so fucking exciting and beautiful once you do. Same with rating. It's like, we can be very welcoming and very supportive and try to hold your hand and kind of help you get into this. But this process goes both ways. Casuals also need to want to put the work that the people who got to mid-core and high-end rate put in before. Same with me, for example. I was a very casual, funny little scholar player back in Shadowbringers before I started aiming for more high-end rating, right? This was after Refulgence tier. So I tried to apply it to a bunch of statics. And obviously, their approach was like, nah, your parsers are shit, your healing basics are dogfuck. It's like, you're not really cut out for this yet. And I was like baffled, like, I'm a good fucking healer, I can keep a team alive. But then, after like being declined for like a month and a half from groups, like no one would be willing to give me a chance. Except for one group that just wanted to get a fucking healer because they were like looking for a healer for too long. They brought me in. They already cleared the fight, mind you. They already cleared E12S, but they brought me in, got me the clear, got me through, and then also they gave me pointers. And those pointers made me fucking kind of get some perspective about the lack of understanding what it takes to actually get to the next level. So that entire summer then, I just spent like improving logs, because logs would help me analyze my performance, my defensives, how I optimize my skills, how do I improve, I didn't slide cast ever until that tier. I would just fucking ruin 2 spam just for movement. So, and it's like I spent the entire summer just like improving on Scholar. We did our funny clears, we got our weapons, it was fun, it was cool, yay! But while we were in raiding, I was in Party Finder just trying to get some practice. I was like doing extremes, I was doing savage, log runs. Like I didn't want the high parses, but I want the logs that I could look over and figure out what the fuck I'm doing. How should I optimize? Like learning raiding fundamentals, right? So it's like I promise you, like raiders want nothing more than more people joining the raiding community, enjoying raids with them. Even if you just want to clear the first or second fight and not the entire tier, that's fucking fine. There's nothing more we want but people joining and enjoying raiding with us and having fun, chatting about the fights, like helping each other. Like I promise you, high-end raiders will fill in like casual groups just to help them out too. Not just Party Finder, but they will find on Discord and forums like, hey, we need some help. Can anyone like sub in for this week? We're a casual group. We just want to prog through this particular mechanic in, let's say, P11S, right? You will find people that would just want to help you. I promise you. I think P10 is a good fight to try out this expansion, or P5. I agree. Those are a very good fight. P10 especially. It like P10 and P5 are good ways for you to learn tanking, honestly. Because you got some responsibilities, and you need to know how to use your mitigation. It will drop some perspective on you. So, but obviously, casuals just simply... This is not a get good argument. Casuals just don't see this from our point of view. Because we who are here... we simply were there where the casual groups are right now. The only issue right now is just that some people just... We can blame communication all we want at this point, but it's like, if both groups work on this, it's like, world peace would be achieved. If I didn't have to blacklist anyone after Party Finder groups, the world peace... who's we, Strubber? Did you forget your meds? It's me and the 12 voices in my head. I have more voices than the Wu-Tang Clan in my head. Yo. And they're playing my favorite song right now. Don't you hear the music? But yeah, anyways, I just keep interrupting, sorry.
Just do that.
Just do
What
that.
happened?
Sorry, I was talking for... I was rambling for so long, I forgot the point.
By your powers combined,
Combined.
I am Captain Planet.
Crow a crow and a voice in your silly head.
Yes. The voices are gone. The dream is collapsing.
The response I want from the 14 community. No more, well, I just went into Party Finder solo, so just do that. What happened to all the headlines of Final Fantasy XIV? The most
People say the community is so friendly and kind. So when people join in, they feel more
friendly MMO. There's always been elitism in the game. Someone in the Party Finder coaching another player on rotation.
To be fair, I have no idea where the fuck the community of the year came from. I think the community of the year came from that we're not really a good community. We're not really a great community, but we are miles better than some of the other communities. You join a World of Warcraft guild, like raiding guild. It's gotta be way fucking worse than it is in the 14. I promise you.
Mid-fight because
We're okay for MMO standards. Exactly, we're okay. That's why we're a great fucking community. Because the other ones are kind of mid. I'm essentially talking about World of Warcraft though, and like Lost Ark. Maybe let's say League as well for no reason. I'm not sure about Guild Wars 2 though.
because we missed in Rage by 2%.
I like that his eyes twitching. He's like, he's about to pop. He's about to blow.
Is Weeb getting mad at you still for the technical step?
Now immediately Devilman after you. What the fuck? Oh, I see the chat.
Like that kind of actions, especially like, I don't know, those kinds of actions in a Party Finder, I do not condone that Weeb is like doing the way they're trying.
Devilman after you. I mean, he's kind of trying to also play the game for someone. In a way, it's like if you give a tip, don't give it mid-pull, first of all. Offer the tip between pulls. Second of all, it's like the word immediate. I don't know. It's hard to say because I'm missing context on this clip, because he might be just legitimately just giving a tip in a very fucking weird way. But you also got to keep in mind, condoning or not condoning actions or whatever like this, the best part about Party Finder or specifically playing MMOs, you can literally just never play with this person ever again. You don't have to listen to them. You can literally ignore them. Quite frankly, it's a lot easier to ignore them than real people. And it's like, you can get upset about this, sure. That's not a problem. But at the end of the day, why get upset about it? Why waste energy if you're not enjoying the tips or the playstyle this person is offering? Sure, fucking 2% in rage, it's not big of a deal because Thornton is built like that. 2% in rage is fine. We like my group, and we're like, most of us are fucking Heaven's Legends, for fuck's sake. We've cleared ultimates, but we, even to my own fault, we wiped on Enrage multiple times on Thornton. Even 0.1%, mostly because of me, but we don't talk about that right now. But yeah, like honestly, in this case, I would literally just ignore. If this is not a person within your community, just ignore. Honestly,
Trying to
like as far as you're aware, this person is just letters on your screen. That's
You
it.
always forgot Stance's Heaven Legend BTW.
In my defense, I didn't forget stance. I literally just kind of got rest, and then I forgot that I got rest, and I didn't DPS for like a good like 10 seconds because I just kind of got rest, and I just got kind of, I don't know, brain farted.
coach you in the middle of the fight. Especially when the only way we missed our freaking enrage was by 2%.
Again, if someone's giving you unsolicited advice, if they offered you advice and you said, "Nah, I'm good," and he still continues giving you advice, just ignore him. It's not worth the energy. You don't need to justify it, anything. Just play the game as you would like. So
While 4 other players had weakness because they kept dying. This actually happened to a friend of mine just this weekend doing Thornton Unreals. There will always be someone elitist causing others to quit.
I'm starting to see that there's also like kind of a bit of like distorted perspective. Anyone giving you advice doesn't mean they're elitist. Because like a lot of the advice, because this happened to me as well. I don't know if I can bring up chat because I think I don't have the messages anymore. But people, again, going back to the story when I was like transitioning from casual to mid-core raider, when people did decline me, some of them offered me advice, and it did sound very elitist to me until I got better, and it would. If I still had messages from some of those people, I would legitimately just go back and apologize to them if I could. But I probably can't because I can't find the messages anymore, or they blocked me, so I don't see their messages at all. It's like some of the advice isn't always coming from a place of elitism, unless they started telling you like, "I am a Heaven's Legend, you should listen to," and then no, fuck that person, blacklist immediately. That healer kept causing problems. They dropped and we cleared in one pool with a fill. See, this is just like this context to this one particular group. You can't base an entire argument just on one person because of a bad experience. Because you have bad apples, like in all communities. You'll have people who will fucking try to tell you what to do, even in raiding communities. I'm a triple legend. I will have another fucking triple legend tell me what the fuck to do. This is normal. You will always have very stuck-up dickheads, but at the end of the day, you can literally just ignore them. Obviously, this goes back to your argument about, it's easy, just get good, whatever. It's like, but at the end of the day, it's like there's not much we
I
can...
hold your hand for P11's last mech kek.
Joke's on you. I just let you hold my hand because I like holding hands. Wink. But at the end of the day, a lot of these mechanics are, once you spend enough time on them, they're not as difficult as a lot of people might perceive them, including limit cut. Like, limit cut has been done so many times, for maybe a casual or newer player, it might be scary to see that. You see a bunch of numbers light up like a fucking Christmas tree, everyone has to, have individual responsibility. But for a person, even like a casual raider who has done a number of extreme trials or even normal raids at this point, that mechanic is just gonna seem, what's the word, not easy, but like you will recognize the reference, I guess would be a good term to kind of call it. So there's a lot of like nuance between this whole conversation, and again, a lot of this also falls specifically on Square Enix because their game just doesn't teach you a lot of the things. It gives you a lot of tools, fuck ton of tools, mind you. Like, your rotation has so much depth, but it just doesn't teach you. It just expects you to have a gun, go do crime.
Just when they get started, you can see it with first-time healers, with first-time tanks.
Mind you, people who are even high-end writers, but they come on come on like jobs they don't play, they're also gonna be fucking garbage. They're gonna play very poorly.
And that's just while leveling, not in high-end duties, right? It's Stone Vigil.
Yeah, leveling
So-
this is like one of the points I want to make, that you can level without using your skills from 1 to 90. And if someone who's like just doing their roulettes or will give you advice, they'll most likely just not fucking listen to you. Most likely. Like a good 4 out of 5 times they will not listen to you unless you try to politely kind of give them advice, and they might just like, oh, okay, and they just because it's a short conversation instance after which you will probably never see each other again. That advice is probably gonna falling on deaf ears. But because this game is just not warranting people to find depth in their skill set that is given to them, that's why like this kind of like these unintentional gaps are made between communities. Well, not communities, but like skill level players.
What I'm saying is I want as many of us to be better and try to improve our community.
You also need to keep in mind that just having a good attitude and a good heart is just not going to be enough to make someone want to improve. Some players just don't want to improve, but they want easier rewards. That's why even a video that's coming out today that I'm going to be talking about, like I explored like an entire thread of people hacking the game for auto rotations and shit like that. Those are also fucking elitist because they're bragging about their, golden pink parses, while using a hack tool that literally does everything for them, including mitigation, and they just have to use WSD just to move to the right spot. So it's like, yeah, it's not as simple as just having a good heart. Some people, if they want to enjoy the game on higher difficulty, they need to be able to enjoy the game. It's same like, for example, drinking, which is probably no. This is actually good advice. Drinking, drink. No, but like for example, for someone who doesn't drink often or ever, for example, who's used to drinking beer, and then they try bourbon. They don't know anything, not even bourbon, scotch, or anything. They try whiskey. Bourbon, let's say. Bourbon is sweeter. They don't know anything about whiskey. They try it, it's bitter. You need to get used to the taste. Same with mezcal. Mezcal is just... Mezcal, you need to like sip at the start until you get used to the taste. Mezcal, you get used to mezcal's taste so quickly. Like, it will turn from bitter to sweet and smoky, like, very quickly once your buds kind of adjust to the taste. So it needs to be, like, a gradual progression on both parts. Imagine being so bad and so lazy that you don't even want to put an effort to learn a fucking rotation. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I found, like, the very first video, I think it's, like, somewhere in my YouTube channel. It's, like, one of the recent ones. It was so fucking funny. People literally will pay a monthly fucking subscription for a fucking hacker tool that plays the game for them, on top of their own fucking monthly subscription. It is... It's just funny to think about these people. And they will fucking brag about this. Like my brother Hylian, I have never done anything above extreme. That's usually after it's relevant. And I spend time on a dummy and reading shit on Discord. Yeah, and sometimes just reading up on something. Obviously, it's a video game. You don't want to turn it into like homework on a job. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It's like everyone could do better to improve on this problem.
That's pretty much it.
To be clear, I do consider this kind of an issue, not just the pizza that's trying to fight its way back, but just like understanding how you can enjoy and how you can improve, where higher difficulty is not as spooky to kind of indulge in.
Shit. I'm gonna be rating. I actually just got into a static.
Yay! Good job.
We're missing one person, so maybe we'll be rating this Sunday.
Soon.
Maybe not. But
You'll
other
get it
than
done.
that,
I believe.
if I'm on Final Fantasy streaming, which I do a lot of days of the week, and you want to try raiding with me, Party Finder, we can learn together. We can take our time. Hit me up. I will take my time and be there as someone.
Everyone, Check out Gibble
who
Destruct.
wants
He
to
also
bring more
streams.
people
He's
into
really
this.
cool and nice and very
I love
kind and helps
raiding.
people.
I've done it in some other games.
If you're between casual and midcore, this is a place. Check him out. He's very cool. He's a friend. Check him out.
But I've definitely been
I
there.
definitely only addressed.
In
I definitely only addressed half the aisle. That was a little on purpose, though. People still need to try to do content, not just sit and complain about Party Finder. Exactly. But it's like people will push this whole conversation argument like both ways. It's like an entire tug of war. But at the end of the day, it's like drop the fucking rope and get into Party Finder, or just like let some people help you. Find some friends. You got a friend streamer? Just this one annoying fucking Dark Knight player, but don't worry about her. It's like, but people, I don't know. It's like a whole fucking nuance about rating, and like the game needs to improve on that as well.
I think only in 14.
Because like people are making discourse to help other people, and people are not finding people. It's like it's a whole labyrinth of people finding and not finding people, and 14 is just not giving you much of like directions where they can kind of help you with that.
Where I've been sad and upset and felt like I just couldn't do it. And I want to be the person for you guys, for anyone who feels that way, that helps them overcome it. And I want people in our community, people like streamers. You get what I mean? I want everyone to make this community a better place. Like, comment, subscribe. I got some other stuff coming out that I'm trying to actually focus and make better than the ranting that I did the last video. Let me know what you guys think. And
I think this was a very good video. Uno momento though. Hold on. You get a pet. Gibble Destruct, really good boy. He streams. Pet. Wait, hold on. Form. Vertical. And your good beer. Subscribe. Good boy. Good boy. Everyone check out Gibble Destruct. He's a good boy and he's a friend. He's very nice. Check out his content. Strummer is weird. On the players that don't learn Tilted just did the 77 dungeon with Astra that didn't cast Benefic to the whole time, and I had to involve in a small pool, and then tried calling me out asking why I don't use a Sentinel Bulwark while they were both on cooldown. Yeah, it's... Maybe I should make a tanking guide at some point. I'll think about it. Probably not when I'm like fucking half over medicated and my throat kind of hurts just from fucking talking right now.